So, hello, today we are going to be talking about the aliens, and I'm just going to give you my opinion on how many aliens are going to be in the galaxy and how many aliens are going to be in the universe. I am not a scientist, and all of this is just going to be my opinion, and reality can be completely different. Also, I am going to be talking a little bit about like the evolution, chemistry, and so on. But as I said, I am not a scientist, so I do not know these things like an expert. But I like to read and watch videos about like chemistry, biology, evolution, physics, and so on to create a bigger picture about the universe, about the aliens, and so on. And I would like to share with you my bigger picture of the aliens in the universe. For now, we have no evidence of any aliens, except of the US government, but that's for another video. But we don't have any evidence of like intelligent aliens, and we do not have any evidence of microbes or some bacteria life which would be outside of the Earth. So it can be really hard to know where to start when we are going to be talking about aliens if we don't have any example of any life which would be outside of the Earth. So what we need to do is we need to start on Earth and take a look on how life started here. And I want to emphasize one more time, I am not a scientist, so I may have these numbers little bit different, but yeah, that is not going to change the point. But the Earth is maybe 4.5 billion years old, and we found the first life which is maybe 3.8 billion years old. Okay, so yeah, and first 500 million years or first half billion year on Earth there was like so many asteroids and so on, so it was almost impossible to create life. So if we are going to take that Earth is 4.5 billion years old, but first half billion year it was almost impossible to create life, we can say that the Earth is like 4 billion years able to create life, and we found the life which is 3.8 billion years old, but maybe there is something older that we didn't find. So we can say that the life on Earth started as soon as possible. As soon as the conditions were like allowing life to start, life started. It seems like that. And I would say, I would almost claim, but I don't want to claim anything, so I am just going to say that in my opinion, every single life in the universe, every single alien, everything is going to start as a single cell life organism or something similar, something which is going to be very simple. You are not going to have like a dinosaur or some kind of mammals or some kind of fish just like that, but probably everywhere in every single galaxy, in every single universe, life is going to start as bacteria life or as like this one cell life organism, and it's going to evolve to something more complex with the time. Now, I just want to make one thing clear. There is a possibility that universe is not just material, that universe may be in some way spiritual, and there may be some kind of angels, entities, demons, some kind of soul, spirits, and so on. And if something like this would be the case, I am not saying that it is the case, but I just want to emphasize this. If something like this would be the case, there is a possibility that these angels, they didn't start as a single cell life organism or something like that. But if we are going to be talking about like our 3D universe, our material universe, which is made out of the atoms and so on, then I would say that every single life started as a single cell life organism. So even if there is like this I think it's called panspermia, like this theory that life didn't started on Earth, but it was seeded but by some kind of alien civilization. It is possible, but those aliens, they anyway had to evolve from like one cell life organism or something very, very similar. Or maybe somebody seeded those aliens, but those aliens also had to evolve from bacteria life. So yeah. So to say that the life didn't started on Earth as a one cell life organism, but started elsewhere as a bacteria life, it's like, you know, it doesn't change the story. Now, we are going to talk also about like intelligent aliens, but firstly we need to start with this bacteria life. So for now, we didn't find any like bacteria life or like these one cell life organisms anywhere. We didn't find them on Mars. We didn't find them on Venus. We didn't find them on these moons of Jupiter, of Saturn. But the reality is that probably we have checked only maybe 1%, maybe even less. so yeah. But there is one thing, and I don't know if many people realize this, but as soon as we are going to find a life in our solar system, which is not going to be connected to Earth life, which is going to be some kind of like separated life, if it's going to be on Mars or it's going to be on Venus or one of these moons of Jupiter, it would almost automatically means that every single star system in the galaxy and every single star system in the universe on average is going to have at least bacteria life or had bacteria life. Because if there are going to be two samples of life in one solar system, and I think that our solar system is not special, like it may be special because we are here, but in the number of the planets and so on, I would say that our solar system is just average solar system in the universe. But if our solar system is going to have two different lives, if we would find something else on Mars, it would mean that on average, at least for me, in my logic, it would mean that on average, every single star system in the galaxy, there is like 100 billion stars, is going to have some kind of planet with bacteria life. And the same thing applies for the intelligent aliens. So if we are going to find aliens, like intelligent aliens in our galaxy, it is almost automatically going to mean that on average, every single galaxy is going to have intelligent aliens. So it would mean that there is more than trillions of aliens in the visible universe. You know? Because, I don't know, I would say that our galaxy is probably the average galaxy. And if in our galaxy there is going to be two different intelligent lives, if we consider ourselves intelligent, but yeah, it would mean that on average, every single galaxy is going to have intelligent aliens. So by finding one intelligent aliens, we would know that there is probably trillions of aliens. And by finding one bacteria life or something similar in the solar system, it would mean that on average every single solar system is going to have some kind of bacteria life, at least some kind of bacteria life or something like that. I am not claiming that this is just my logic, so it may be different, but it makes sense for me that it would be like so. Now I am going to one more time repeat that I am not a scientist, so these numbers can be a little bit off, but yeah. But on Earth, we know that the life started maybe 3.8 billion years ago, and for 3 billion years it was only this one cell life organism. There was some evolution, but the complex life started maybe 700 million years ago. So for 3 billion years there was just these one cell life organisms and nothing more. So I would say that probably, not probably, but I would say that we are eventually going to find something in our solar system, whether it's going to be on Mars or Venus or one of these moons. So I don't know, but let's pretend that we are going to find something. So we would be able to say that every single star is going to have planet on average with some kind of bacterial life. But to have a complex life, it's going to be a little bit issue. So I would say that to start life, it's not going to be an issue, but the issue is going to be to go from like this bacterial life to complex life. Because on Earth, life started as soon as possible, but it took 3 billion years to go to the complex life. And maybe on average, it's going to take 6 billion years to go to the complex life. So there may be trillions of planets which are going to have bacterial life, and only few of them are going to have complex life. There are some studies I read, I do not know this exactly, that maybe complex life on Earth started a little bit earlier, not like 700 million years ago, but maybe 1.8 billion years ago, but it didn't survive, so it started again like this 700 million years ago. I don't know, but it doesn't change the story. But I think that eventually, because these planets, they have like so much time, they do not need to worry about time. So I would say that eventually you are going to have the planets which are going to have complex life. So for now, let's pretend that every single star system is going to have bacterial life. If not, if we are not going to find anything in our solar system, then it can be really hard to say. Maybe it's going to be 1 in a million star system that is going to have bacterial life, maybe 1 in a billion. I don't know, but let's pretend that the bacterial life is going to be everywhere. And if this would be the case, then eventually you are going to get some kind of complex life, you know. So even let's imagine that every single star system on average is going to have this bacterial life, and then if 1 in a million is going to go from bacterial life to the complex life, that's still going to be maybe 100,000 like complex lives in the galaxy, and trillions or quadrillions in the universe. So it doesn't matter if there is going to be at least something in the galaxy. It means that there is going to be trillions and quadrillions, and I do not know these numbers in the universe. And then when we are going to take a look on Earth, you know, as I said, it took 3 billion years to go from bacterial life to the complex life, and then it took 700 million years to go from complex life, from some kind of fish, to humans. So it wasn't like that long, but the thing is that there is like so many species. I don't know, but there is maybe million, maybe billion, maybe trillion different species on Earth, and only one is intelligent as we are. Okay, now we are not going to be talking about like that some other animals are also intelligent. They are, but no other animal is like building spaceships, making cars and electricity and so on. So we are the only like really intelligent species which is able to go from this planet to Mars and to Moon and so on. So out of so many species, only one is intelligent as we are. So it may be the case that in the universe there is going to be bacterial life everywhere. Eventually you are going to have complex life, and there is going to be still trillions and quadrillions of this complex life. But to go from the complex life to something intelligent as a human, it may be like really rare. This is something which is, in my opinion, hardest to say. Because I would say bacteria life everywhere, complex life eventually. But with the complex life, you are going to have, if you can imagine, like in the ocean, you have all of these sea creatures. In the ocean, sea creatures, maybe ocean creatures, never mind. But you have all of these weird creatures and so on. You have like fish, octopus, but you have other stuff in the ocean, and yeah. And in the universe, probably you are going to have similar creatures, but to go to like some real aliens, like intelligent aliens, it can be hard to say. I am going to create a separate video in which I am going to be talking about how I think that the aliens are going to look like. If they are going to look like humans, or if they are going to look like octopus, and if they are going to made or like of carbon or silicon, or how like conditions of the size of a planet can affect the life and so on. So in this video, I am not going to be talking about how these aliens are going to look like. I'm going to make this in a separate video, but yeah. But eventually, I think that if you are going to have so many planets with a complex life, eventually you are probably going to have some kind of aliens. Now, it can be really hard to say, and you have these Drake equations and things like that, but none of that is going to tell you really what's going on. Only US government can tell you, but they won't. So I would say that bacterial life is everywhere. I would say that eventually in the galaxy there is going to be complex life, and there is going to be maybe 100,000, maybe million complex life. I think that there is going to be complex life, and eventually you are going to have aliens. So I would say, but this is like, I'm just guessing, that we are not alone in the galaxy, that there are or there were some aliens in the galaxy, like intelligent aliens. So I would say that in the universe, in the visible universe, there is going to be trillion and trillion of aliens. Because if there are, as I said, trillions of galaxies, and we wouldn't be alone in our galaxy, then on average every galaxy is going to have aliens. And I would say that it is going to be the case. So yeah. I am also not going to be talking about the UFOs or UAPs in this video, but it is also something for me. I can just tell you a little bit that because of all of these whistleblowers and because of all of these people telling the same story, I would say that probably these things are not made by humans, so they may be really aliens. And if they are going to be aliens, I would say that it's more probable that they are going to be from our galaxy, even though it can be really hard to say because maybe someone can travel from other galaxies. But I would say that if they are going to come here, probably they are going to be from our galaxy, because it's probably easier to travel from one star system to another star system as opposed to travel from one galaxy to another galaxy. So that would mean that we are not alone in the galaxy, and therefore trillions of aliens. but yeah, I don't know exactly. So yeah, I just wanted to share my opinion. This is like my little bit bigger picture of how often I think that aliens are going to appear. I think that as I said, bacterial life everywhere, complex life little bit more rare, alien life even more rare, but there is going to be something hopefully in the galaxy, and therefore universe full of aliens. It can be really difficult and scary to imagine that there is not thousand, not million, not billion, but trillion or more independent alien civilizations. It can be really scary if you like meditate on this subject, like really try to imagine it. but yeah. So let me know in the comments what are your opinions, if you think that we are alone in the galaxy or we are not alone in the galaxy. If you agree with my thought process that if we are going to find aliens in the galaxy, it would mean that there are aliens everywhere, and the same thing with this bacteria life. If you agree with me or you don't agree with me, and you can also write me your opinion about these UFOs, UAPs, or anything. As I said, I will create a separate video on how I think that the aliens are going to look like. Still, I am not a scientist. Still, I am not an expert. Still, this is just my education from YouTube and Joe Rogan Academy and so on. So yeah. But at least now you know what is my style of talking and so on. So yeah, I'm going to finish this in here. If you like this video, you can click like. It would really motivate me to continue. YouTube can be really difficult when you are starting out and you make 8 videos and you have 0 subscribers and so on. But yeah. Thank you very much for your time. I hope that you have learned something. I hope that you have enjoyed this video. And yeah, I hope that you are going to watch some more videos. And yeah, thank you. Have a nice day and goodbye.